A very warm welcome to the session. Already in the previous few sessions, we have understood in the chapter Human Health and Disease about various kinds of diseases as well as their causative agent, mode of transmission, organ affected, and the different symptoms, right? And even we discussed in case of malaria, the life cycle of malarial parasite, that is the plasmodium, that also we studied. Now, finally, in this chapter, we need to study about the next concept. What is that? It is about immunity. That means every time the foreign particle try to enter the body, somehow, either through food or through aerosols or by contact with the infected person, somehow they try to enter to our body. Do every time that foreign particle, what you call it antigen, you may call it pathogen, do every time this foreign particle gets a success to take entry into my body? No, right? It will not succeed at all the times. Meanwhile, during the course of evolution, right, in the chapter organism and population, you might have studied when you study about a concept called a parasitism. Do you remember? Parasitism ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು. What is that? During the course of evolution, this parasite always tried to enter inside the host body to survive there. Meanwhile, the host also developed certain mechanisms to prevent the entry. Meanwhile, parasite once again, right, counteract to that mechanism, develop something else, and finally it again gets success in developing inside the or surviving inside the host body. That means the one thing is very clear that foreign particles or the antigens, they always try to enter the body. But meanwhile, during the course of evolution, the host, right? I am the host here. I am trying to prevent their entry. To prevent their entry, I am having which ability? Immunity, provided by a system called as what? Immune system. Now, how you will define immunity? According to you, what is immunity? After COVID-19, we are very much aware about the immunity, right? ತುಂಬ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಾಶಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Now tell me, according to you, what do you mean by immunity? Immunity is ability of the host, ability of the host to fight against disease causing organisms, disease causing organisms conferred by, who will give this ability, from where we got this ability, conferred by which system of the body? Immune system is called immunity. Is that clear? So what is immunity? Immunity is the ability of the host, ability of the host to fight against what? ಯಾರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ? Fight against the disease causing organisms. From where I got this ability? This ability was given by my immune system of the body. Is that clear? That is called immunity. And the study of one's immunity, the immune system, is called immunology. Immunology is the branch of medicine or biology which deals about the immune system or the immunity of an organism. And the scientist by name, you might be knowing about him, Edward Jenner, is known as father of immunology. Why? Do you remember his discovery that you have learned in your lower classes, right? Edward Jenner developed for the first time what? Vaccination. Vaccination against smallpox. The term vaccine was also coined by whom only? Edward Jenner only. He developed the vaccination. That is the reason why Edward Jenner is known as father of immunology. Is that clear? But for 1 mark, the very important question is define immunity, and this is your answer. Clear, no? Now, one thing is very clear, we have immunity, right? So immunity in my body, in your body, are of how many type? Two types. Let us try to understand the two types of immunity. What are they? The first one is, there are two types of immunity in our body, in your body also. What are they? The first one is innate immunity. Innate immunity, or it is also called inborn immunity. Innate immunity is also called as what? Inborn immunity. Another one is acquired immunity, or it is also called adaptive immunity. In both the cases, you need to remember the first term, which is very important. Clear? The innate immunity, and the second one is the acquired immunity. ಈ term compulsorily ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. Now, let us try to find what are the differences between these two. Remember, we have innate immunity or acquired immunity. ನಿನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ? We have innate immunity as well as acquired. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Now let us try to see the difference between the two. The first one, that is innate immunity, as the name itself suggests to you, it is present, very important, right from the birth. Right? It is present right from the birth. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗಿನಿಂದ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? It is the innate immunity. Very important. That's why it is also called what? Inborn immunity. Remember, whereas the acquired immunity is the one, again, the name itself tells to you, it is not present right from the birth. Okay? It is not present right from birth, but obtained, it is obtained later. You can complete this on exposure to antigen. ಸೊ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗಿನಿಂದ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ acquired immunity ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. After my birth, right? Not present right from the birth. After birth, it is obtained later. ಹೇಗೆ? This point is very important. On exposure to antigen. Say for example, I didn't had any COVID-19 antibody alwa to fight against that coronavirus. Suppose if a human, ನಾನಾಗಿರ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರು ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ, when we get exposed to that coronavirus, gradually, if my immunity is good, I have good immunity, my immune system will develop what? Antibodies. Antibodies ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ. ದ ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ? ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ acquired immunity. ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ, ಇನ್ನೇಟ್ immunity will not produce antibody. Clear? Right? Antibody is produced by whom? Acquired immunity when we get exposed to that virus. ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಿರುವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಮಂಪ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕೆಪ್ಪಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಪ್ಪಟ್ರಾಯ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚೀಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವೆಲ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುವ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್. ನಾನು ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಫರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಇದನ್ನು. ನಾವು ದಟ್ mumps virus, today see, you got suffered from that mumps. Today you have antibody against it. Suppose if a newborn baby is not infected by mumps, will not have mumps virus antibody against that virus, there will be no antibody. But ನನ್ನ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ mumps virus ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಏನಿದೆ? ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಟರ್ಮನ್ನು ನೀವು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್, ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ವೆನ್ acquired immunity will develop when on exposure to antigen. Is that clear? So that is the first main difference between innate immunity and acquired immunity. I repeat it, innate immunity is present right from the birth, but acquired immunity is acquired after the birth on exposure to antigen. The second very important difference is, or the feature of innate immunity is, it is non-specific. What do you mean by non-specific? That means not against a specific antigen. Clear? Not against a specific antigen. That means it acts against all kind of antigen, right? It will not differentiate, ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓ, ನಿನ್ನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾನು ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾರಾಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೇಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ all kind of antigen. It is non-specific. Clear? Meanwhile, what about acquired immunity? It is highly specific. Say for example, the acquired immunity has one antibody. Okay, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು antibody ಇದೆ. Let me name it by name A. This antibody by name A will fight against only A antigen. There is another antibody by name, say for example B. This B will act against only B antigen. Now, against the B antigen, right? Against this B antigen, the A antibody will never act. So, A antigen against ಯಾರು act ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? A antibody. B antibody will fight against only B antigen. That is called what? Specificity, right? Acting against a specific antigen. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸಿ, ಎ ಒಂದು ಆಂಟಿಜನ್ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಬಿ ಒಂದು ಫಾರಿನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಸಿ ಒಂದು ಫಾರಿನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಡಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ, ರೈಟ್, ಅದರದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಏನಿದೆ, ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡಿ ಇದೆ. ಸಿ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಡಿ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡಿ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬಟ್ they act against a specific antigen. But if you come to innate immunity, very beautiful. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, it will not differentiate anyone. If A comes, fine. A antigen ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Okay, I will fight. I can't allow you. Okay. If B antigen comes, I can't allow you. I will kill you. Right? You are getting the point. Innate immunity is non-specific. Non-specific andre ಏನು? It act against all kind of antigens. But acquired immunity is highly specific. There are different antibodies, they act against each kind of antibody, act against a specific antigen. That is called specificity. Along with these two properties, there are two more properties of acquired immunity are there, that I will discuss while discussing acquired immunity in detail. Now, first I will speak only about innate immunity. I hope you got the basic differences between innate and acquired, right? First, try to revise what are the very important characters of innate immunity. Point number 1, it is present right from the birth. Point number 2, it is non-specific. That means it act against all kind of antigen. But in the NCERT, the third thing which I am going to mention here is not given directly, but we must know that. Remember, innate immunity do not have, they do not have immunological memory. Do not have immunological memory. What do you mean by immunological memory? It is ability of acquired immunity. If you come to acquired immunity has the ability of this immunological memory. Simple ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. What do you mean by immunological memory? Suppose if an antigen by name A attacks today, okay, finally this A antigen is identified. Antigen ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಫಾರಿನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಪೆಥೋಜನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ಎ ಆಂಟಿಜನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ. Okay, suppose next time the same A antigen, if it comes once again, it is quickly identified by the antibody and it is quickly killed it. That is immunological memory. So try to understand what is immunological memory. Remembering the antigen, ರಿಮೆಂಬರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಆಂಟಿಜನ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ದ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅ ಥೀಫ್ ಬೈ ನೇಮ್ ಎ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಳ್ಳ ಬೈ ನೇಮ್ ಎ ಅನ್ನ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವನಿಗೆ 2 ಪೆಟ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸಿ ಆಯಿತು. ದ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಫ್ ಹಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ನಿಯರ್ ದ್ಯಾರ್, ರೈಟ್, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪೊಲೀಸಿಗೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋ, ಕ್ವಿಕ್ಲಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ಓ, ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೋ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಹಿಮ್, ನನಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಉಂಟು ಇವನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನನ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ದ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಆಂಟಿಜನ್, already killed antigen is quickly identified and it is destroyed. That power of acquired immunity is called immunological memory. Immunological memory you will find in acquired immunity, that I will discuss separately once again, okay. But immunological memory is absent in the inborn immunity. This point is very important, okay. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ immunological memory ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Clear? The next thing is how this innate immunity will act. Remember, the innate immunity in the body act with the help of 4 types of barriers. How many? There are 4 different types of barriers which help in fighting against the foreign particle. So the 4 barriers of which immunity? Innate immunity, inborn immunity. What are they? They are, okay, so let me write here. In this slide I will write here the 4 barriers of innate immunity are very important. Innate immunity are: number 1, physical barrier, okay. Number 2, physiological barrier. And meanwhile, one more thing, dear student, you have to practice the differences between innate and acquired immunity. It can be asked for 2 or 3 mark question, and it is very basic thing, okay, and important for CET as well as NEET also. The third one is, which one? I have already written it, cellular barrier, and the fourth one is cytokine barrier. So they can ask you the question for 5 mark. What is the 5 mark question? What is innate immunity? Write a note on the barriers of innate immunity. 1 mark will go for what is innate immunity. You have to tell that what is innate immunity. It is the immunity which is present right from the birth and is non-specific, is called innate immunity. And the 4 barriers are physical barrier, physiological barrier, cellular barrier, and cytokine barrier. Now, very important thing is, when you answer this for 5 mark question, you need to explain each of them. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ವಿತ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಈಸ್ that clear? That is the prime task. If you go here, see, they have mentioned about the innate immunity, they have mentioned about physical, physiological, cellular, as well as cytokine barrier. So here in the NCERT, about these barriers given very briefly, please have a note that it is a very important 5 mark question, okay, that I will discuss here little in detail. Now, let us begin with the barriers of innate immunity. Which is the first one? The first one is physical barrier. The question is, what are the examples for physical barrier? Ishtu bardre saku. The two very important example are number one skin and number two mucous membrane. That's it. Okay, the two physical barriers are, hope you can see here, number one, skin in our body is the main barrier which prevents the entry of microorganisms, and number two, mucus coating, which of the epithelial lining of respiratory, gastrointestinal, urinogenital tract also help in trapping the foreign particles ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So one thing very clear is the two example for physical barrier are number one skin, number two mucous membrane. What both will do? Both will prevent the entry of, right, prevent the entry of microbes, foreign particles to the body. ಇಬ್ಬರ ಕೆಲಸ ಸೇಮ್. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯಿತು, that's it, more than enough. But you should know little more than this. The question raises, you may ask me the question now, how skin act as a physical barrier? The answer is, remember, the outermost layer of the skin, right? No, ಇದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಔಟರ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್, ಎನಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ, ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್? ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆಡ್ keratinized squamous epithelium. Do you remember the different types of epithelial tissues? What are the different epithelial tissues? Simple epithelium, compound epithelium. What do you mean by simple epithelium? Made up of single layer of epithelial cells, right? What do you mean by compound epithelium? Made up of multiple layers of epithelial cell. When the epithelium is made up of multiple layer of epithelial cells, then we use the term what? Dead, keratinized, I will write here, stratified. It is not simple epithelium. Remember, it is a stratified, compound, multiple layered epithelium. Is that clear? So the outermost layer of the skin is made up of cells, the squamous epithelial cells, but the squamous epithelium is dead. It is in the multiple layer filled with what? Keratin. Because of this keratinized stratified epithelium, they easily prevent the entry of what? Microbes. Clear, no? I hope you got the answer. NCERT ಅಲ್ಲಿ skin mucous membrane prevents entry ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಮುಗೀತು, finish. ಬಟ್ ನೀಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ದ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ನೋ? ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ mucous membrane. The second question, how mucous membrane will prevent the entry of foreign particle? Where do we find this mucous membrane? Mucous membrane is found in the lining of ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕೆನಾಲ್, ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ GI ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕೆನಾಲ್, ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಯೂರಿನೋಜೆನೈಟಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಅಂದರೆ urinary system as well as genital system lining are lined by which membrane? ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಒಳಗಡೆಯ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. This mucus helps in trapping the foreign particles. Okay, it helps in trapping the foreign particle. The mucus is little viscous in nature. Whenever a microbe come in contact with this mucus, ಆ mucus ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. This is how the mucous membrane also helps in removing or preventing the entry of the foreign particles. Is that clear? So here we are discussing about innate immunity. Please try to understand out of the two types. Okay, in the first one, innate immunity, ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, with the help of 4 barriers. I told you about those 4 barriers. Let us discuss one by one. Which is the first one? Physical barrier. I hope about physical barrier the 2 examples are clear, right, that you need to know. The second one is which one? Physiological barrier, that I will continue in my next session.